Hello, this will be a channeled message for you, for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I am so grateful that I get to sit here and deliver this message to you. You beautiful human being, right? So keep it up. Love what I'm seeing here, love the energy. Maybe some practical steps we can take to make things a little bit easier, but it's going to come up pretty good, I reckon. So I see you guys showing up as the Justice card in the centerpiece and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here, right? So my take on this is that consciously you're aware of something working out and you know that it has like no choice but to work because it's so good. Whatever you've set into motion here, some kind of new idea or belief system or philosophy in your life, right? There's something that you're bringing into materialization that you know has to work in your mind, but on a subconscious level and on a cellular level, we're healing something around this, like some kind of really deep belief system that has to do with our value and our self-worth and the way that we take action in the world and the way that we identify with the action that we take. So with this Seven of Pentacles, Spirit is really urging you against being impatient and watching for the result too closely, right? Like I get the saying here, a watched pot never boils. So I do feel like some of you are looking for evidence that this thing is going to work. You've been maintaining a really healthy vibrational signature, I'm hearing. Like you have been manifesting this. You've been riding that wave and correcting your frequency to allow this thing to come in, and that's why it's working for you. So I will say to watch really closely for the result would imply the lack of the thing. So be really careful to watch too closely for the result, which would on an energetic level imply that you do not have the thing. So I will say that really clearly, right? I get that you guys are looking for signs. This thing is going to work. And you're safe to take this reading as your sign that this thing is going to work. But Spirit is asking you to tweak some things on an energetic level. Take advantage of some kind of a divine pause. Take advantage of the timing of this whole thing. Because Spirit wants to make it really easy for you. You set some intentions around some kind of passionate endeavor in your life. I feel like you want more passion in your life. Whether that's work, relationship, or just in general. You really want to capture and maintain that spark in your life, and you want to live a life that is fun and fulfilling and exciting, right? I get that. And you're understanding with this Justice card, understanding that balance is required, and there's something here about health. And understanding that potentially you need to be healthy and you need to be in good health to make this dream happen. So you're balancing your excitement and your need to like nurture yourself and care for yourself and care for your body. So Spirit is giving you the opportunity to attract in the situations that are going to benefit you on that level of having peace, on that level of ease that you've been intending to create in your life, instead of having to go after it in a way that we're very used to doing, in a way that's almost second nature, to take lots of action. Spirit just wants you to take the right action here and continue to allow for this thing to come in, continue to manifest it, instead of reaching for an opportunity that isn't right for you from a place of lack, right? If you're coming at it from this place of not having it, watching very closely for it to come in, implying that you don't have the thing, as soon as something comes along that looks like it's the thing, chances are you're going to reach for it. And it might not be the thing, like on an energetic level, it looks like it is what you want, but I really get that there's a situation in your life already, currently, and there's some kind of a choice that needs to be made around opportunities that looked quite good and looked like they were on your path, And if this isn't you, this is potentially something that is coming into your life, like an opportunity that felt right at the time, but now it's starting to feel a little bit heavy, and there's a feeling like we have to push to set things right and to set some kind of a balance in our life. And chances are, if it feels really heavy and it feels like it's something you have to hold on to for dear life, chances are it's not for you and it's not for your highest good. Because you've set an intention for ease and for passion, right? And to be in good health. So if something's kind of dimming your flame a little bit and making you feel like you're losing your passion for it, well then you've got to sit there and question, is this the right thing for me, right? I see you guys doing a lot of emotional exploration around this and a lot of shadow work here, going really, really deep. On your masculine side, I get the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This is like psychic mastery here. This is like mastery in terms of taking intuitive action, nurturing yourself and nurturing others. I'm getting there's an incredibly highly attuned and empathic collective that I'm speaking to right now. Chances are you're the person that people come to for advice, right? You know how to hold space for people. You know how to give people emotional support. And you've been tested recently. I'm getting your emotions have been tested, and there's some kind of up-leveling that's been happening with your emotional self, and you're mastering your emotions and mastering your intuitive abilities. And this was gifted to you by Spirit. This is an opportunity that was gifted to you so that you can continue to live from the heart, live that heart-based lifestyle, and select the right opportunities that feel good in your heart. Not just in your mind, like not just in your conscious awareness, right? The mind thinks, but the heart knows. And you guys are going deep into your subconscious and like reviewing some of these behavioral patterns that have been coming up, right? And understanding that you know how to take action, you know how to follow your intuition, but your identity and your self-worth is so closely tied into what you're receiving here. And there has in the past been an imbalance with the feminine and the masculine. And I feel like there's a collective here who understands that there's so much more receptive energy that is needed to balance things out. And you guys are worth so much more than you initially realized when you set out on this healing journey. There's been years of evolution here and a shifting of the identity, and you guys are going so deep into your self-concept and starting to understand that there are behavioral patterns that have existed potentially for your entire life that are based around the action that you take, the status that you have, right? The material side of things in which we sort of display ourselves in our society, like our material status. I get this full moon in Capricorn and full moon in Virgo showing up as the subconscious fears here, right? You are good enough and the end of a tough cycle approaches, right? There is a self-concept here and an identity that is so closely tied in with the way we show up and achieve things and the way that we work and the way that we build. And Spirit really wants you to know that you are so loved and so worthy and so good enough, no matter what you do. Just in you coming here into this lower density on Earth and having to navigate this whole system and this whole thing and choosing to learn the lessons and choosing to pursue that soul growth, choosing to come here and elevate like the conscious collective and the frequency of this earth, you're so deserving of love and support and all of the abundance just by being here. And Spirit wants you to really reassess some kind of potentially an opportunity in your life or the opportunities that are coming in for you, and Spirit wants you to make sure that you're coming at it from the starting point of feeling worthy, of feeling good enough and feeling worthy of receiving, right? Like I said, on the masculine side, taking action, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, a mastery of this and an emotional mastery. But on the feminine side, I get the Page of Cups. So there's a learning process that's happening here. You're learning to receive that emotional support without feeling a certain way about it. And that sounds kind of funny, but I understand, right? Like, this can show up as imposter syndrome and feeling like, okay, maybe I haven't done enough to deserve this emotional support. Maybe I haven't done enough work to date to deserve this emotional validation. And this could be emotional validation from yourself. Like I've been saying, self-worth and self-concept, that's what it's all about. Feeling like you have to do something in order to get emotional validation, or when people actually do want to emotionally support you and show you that validation. Potentially there's a collective here that has been deflecting onto other people and saying, well, okay, I appreciate the emotional support, but what about that person over there? Right? You're so strong. You're so strong, almost to a fault. And I get that you were the King of Cups before this Queen of Cups, right? You were always the person that was there for other people. And you were always that person who could hold space for other people. And now through learning to nurture yourself, and really stepping into this Queen of Cups energy, this feminine energy, you're seeing an imbalance in your life that is so glaringly obvious now, and it's coming from your shadow. It's coming from a shadow self that had an identity that was tied into their productivity and their material status in the world, and they didn't have a self-concept and identity that was just tied into deserving love and being love. Because you are love. You are an extension of the Most High loving source energy. You deserve love just for being here. You are love. And I really think it would benefit some of us to really internalize that together, right? As a collective, just getting up in the morning, right? Life's a mirror, I guess, but getting up in the morning and going to the mirror and looking at yourself and saying, I love you. You deserve love. You know, saying, I am love. Really working on that self-concept here, and Spirit's giving you some kind of a divine pause here, with the Three of Wands being one of your gifts, understanding that you've set the intentions and you're in line with Spirit here, and you are in line with your higher self, and that's why these lessons are coming up. That's why this emotional testing has been taking place, because there's no expansion and no strengthening of the self-concept without this kind of resistance and doing the shadow work, right? You've set up and set the intentions. You're in line with Spirit. The dominoes have started to fall here. You can see the first domino has fallen. So Spirit is asking you, child, please be patient. Understand that this is coming in for you in the right timing. And it's warning here with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and this Signs card. It's warning against coming at it from a lack mentality, watching too closely for the result and reaching out and grabbing an opportunity that is not right for you. It's warning against reaching out and grabbing an opportunity that feels heavy. With the Priestess showing up as your gift also, Spirit is saying you've done all of the emotional work. You know how to live from the heart. And like I said, the mind thinks, but the heart knows. You've done all the work in developing this emotional self so that you know how to take the action. So continue to go within and listen to that inner voice. Stay strong with those boundaries here I'm getting. Keep those boundaries up and try to just avoid any excess noise. I get that you're such a loving and helpful person, and I'm not saying don't help people, but there's a need to have that full cup first and nurture yourself and honor this transformation process that is still taking place here. We're still in the process of transforming. So honor that, set those boundaries, continue to that quiet inner voice that wants the best for you, that is your higher self. Okay? Take advantage of this divine pause so that you can be delivered on a vibrational level. You've set the intention and you're maintaining that frequency. As long as you can maintain that frequency, all of your dreams and your desires around passion and feeling good and feeling vital and healthy and being at peace and having balance in your life are going to be delivered to you effortlessly in the right timing. And in the meantime, Spirit is asking you, please let go of any kind of feeling of unworthiness. This is our work in the meantime. while we wait patiently and allow for our highest good to materialize in front of our eyes and take inspired action towards things, right? Take passionate action towards things. While we do that, continue to let go of any kind of self-concept that does not serve us. And I really think it's this identity that is tied into productivity. So let's just get some more information about that. I get the Three of Swords just flying straight out, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. All right, and the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Beautiful confirmation here. So anything that is, and I understand, and this could be part of this emotional testing too, you know, situations that, I'm not going to lie, were very difficult. This is where we're coming from here. Understanding like how we want to feel emotionally so that we can take the right action. That's really what this was, like some kind of an event or some kind of testing process. And this could be big, small, whatever. It's something that showed you with this King and Queen of Cups on your masculine side, right? This three of Swords, I apologize, was something that showed you how you want to feel. It showed you how you want to feel and what is good for you and what is not good for you, like just through contrast, right? So that you can take the right action. Because whatever this situation was in the past, it's made you feel like out of alignment with that passion itself, like with that spark. Something in the past has taken away that spark. And I'm sending you so much love at this time, because this stuff's not easy, right? And some of this contrast is not easy, but it's provided you with some really valuable information here, because you're understanding how valuable your spark is and how needed your spark is on a practical level here. And this is what we're letting go of, is anything that makes us feel not good, right? Things that don't make us feel excited, the things that don't light us up, that dampen our spirits, right? Because on a practical level, it means we get discombobulated, scattered, unable to focus, unable to build, unable to learn new skills because of some kind of a depression, right? Like a need to rush, to get out of something. It's about setting an emotional foundation here. This is what you've been doing through this whole process. It's like you've been developing an emotional foundation and getting deeper into your self-concept, doing this shadow work. This Three of Swords triggered some kind of deep shadow work here that allowed you to reconnect. I'm hearing with your inner child as well, something that was a part of you a long time ago, right? Some kind of creative part of you, some kind of desire, right? And this doesn't have to be a work thing or a taking action towards like getting pentacles. This could be in your relationships. This could be an event that showed you what kind of relationships are not good for you. What kind of relationships make you feel down and depressed and like you don't want to like do things in life, really. So what Spirit is saying is don't let this past situation leave some kind of an impression on you. Just look at it as contrast. Understand that things are moving for you. Things are moving for you. You don't have to shift and make any major changes at this time. You just need to continue to heal. Honor the healing process here is what it is. Honor some kind of a regeneration that's happening here. Scorpio energy, right? Death and this health card, like honor that you are still healing and that you need to be in a certain frame of mind. Like you need to be in a certain emotional state for you to be able to go after your dreams and materialize things and manifest things here. There's emotional mastery that's happening here, and I'm getting this moth, which is like kind of fresh out of the chrysalis. It's like you're still stretching your wings. You're still getting your bearings straight. And there's a big warning here about putting too much pressure on yourself. I feel there's a big thing here about putting pressure on yourself and forcing balance and thinking that you've done something wrong because you're feeling a certain way and judging your emotions. Instead, I think it's going to be more beneficial to really lean into the knowing that your emotions are transient. Okay, they're showing you things and they need to be listened to and they need to be honored, but this too shall pass in a way. And I really get that, like, you guys are moving on and moving into something better here. I get the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. You know what I mean? It's like this has, in a way, triggered you to focus on you, focus on the things that make you feel good, building abundance and becoming independent. Like I said, like rebuilding some kind of a deep belief system around your self-concept. And again, with this Nine of Pentacles, I'm getting this message again about not watching for the result. Like getting lost in that flow state is going to be so much more beneficial for you here. To just get lost in the pleasure of life and just enjoy life and everything that it has to offer you, with the knowing and the faith and the trust, right? With all of this work that you've done, all of this emotional work and this work to develop this relationship with spirit, and to learn to look for the signs and to learn to look in your dreams and to look in your subconscious, right? You've got all of the tools here. So spirit's asking you to like put all of it into practice and get lost in the flow of life and get lost in the enjoyment of life, get lost in the pleasure, in the back of your mind, knowing that everything that you desire is coming in for you, because you're going to take the right action at the right time. You're going to take inspired action. You're going to be charging ahead when it feels good on an emotional level. You're setting an emotional foundation for yourself, and it's a new time for you. This is a new era, I'm hearing. This is a new era where you get to explore, where you get to play, right? Like where you get to celebrate. And right now, the emotional work, there's some heaviness around pushing through some kind of a final stage of resistance. Going back to what I was saying earlier, if something feels really heavy, you know, chances are it's not for you. Listen to your heart here and use your discernment. But any kind of heaviness that's appearing in your life right now and any kind of resistance, Spirit is very clearly saying, with this Death in Reverse and this Ten of Wands, revisit your identity and your self-concept and your beliefs around your self-worth. Revisit your beliefs around what you are worthy of receiving, and that is going to unlock the door for you. And things are going to become effortless. They're going to become easy, right? They're going to become easy. Because you're going to be inspired to take the right action and be in the right place at the right time. There's something about timing here, right? So let's just pull an oracle card, and maybe we'll just leave it there, guys, because I think it was quite clear. And I love the work that you're doing here, because it's inside out, right? Like, you guys have taken responsibility for this healing journey, and you've taken control of your life by going inside of yourself and looking within, and not blaming other people, just looking at the situations in your life that didn't serve you, looking at it as contrast and letting that inform you, knowing that like life is about having fun and taking passionate action and pursuing and maintaining that spark. That's what you guys want in your life, and you're getting it. You're going after it, guys. And I get this card 39, as the Weaver's Way is true. I have pulled this card so many times on this channel. I pulled it like 5 times out of the maybe 10 times I've used this deck. I've pulled it like half the time. It just ends up being this, as the Weaver's Way is true. So let's read it again. Obviously, we need to hear this message again, guys. But I'm just seeing the horses here, right? Like freedom. Freedom to pursue your passions, right? Your dreams. Like, you guys are getting after it. Trusting and surrendering to an essential partnership with the divine. Reclaiming your magic. The mythic story of the Dreamweavers invites us to imagine the purpose of these wise, benevolent beings working on our behalf, who represent the higher wisdom that governs our lives. So if we don't really trust in them, or in any divine force, it means we believe only in our human will to make things happen, that everything is on our shoulders to carry. And if we can't see the hidden realms, they don't exist. Only what we see does. Even the idea of our higher self is reduced to a philosophical ideal. A lot of people live this way, but you don't. You guys are developing this emotional mastery. With the Queen and the King of Cups here, emotional mastery, psychic mastery here, guys. A lot of people live this way, but you don't. You know deep down that you can only do so much on your own. You need this divine partnership to make your life work. You were born to reclaim your magic, your roots in the mystical ways of the world. Trust becomes essential to surviving and thriving. So trust the way that is illogical, intuitive, perplexing, curious, and creative. This is the Dreamweaver's way, and it will always steer you into exploration and adventure. Guys, the mind thinks, but the heart knows. Alright, follow your heart and trust in your relationship with the divine, because you're not doing this on your own. You're not on your own here. You're so supported. Everything in this reading was divinely aligned to tell you that you are supported. It's just a matter of taking inspired action, following your heart, and trusting that if you put one step in front of the other, God will take 10 steps. If you take one step, God will take 10 steps, I'm hearing. So I trust that was super helpful. I'll just leave it there. And I just appreciate you so much. I have so much love for you. I'm so grateful for you in the way that you show up and support me every day. I truly appreciate it. And I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again in the next reading. I love you. Bye-bye.